Hiya, Anna here from Life Switch, coming to you with another Mind Health Monday video on this gloomy Easter Monday. But just wanted to launch at you, or offer to you nicely, a really simple topic for discussion today, which is our social media usage, and kind of posing the question of, is our usage on social media helping us or harming us when it comes to strengthening our mental and emotional well-being? This is something I think a lot of us are struggling to navigate in lockdown, because research tells us that when we're bored and when we have more time on our hands, we pick up our phone and we automatically go to our social media feeds to see what everyone else is up to, as a form of entertainment, as just keeping updated. If you look at how many times we touch our phones in a day, it is thousands of times. And what I want to know is, when we pick up our phone and we look at those social media pages and feeds, what is it that we are easily introducing into our thinking and into our lives? And so some of the stuff we do know about social media is that it has allowed people to be more connected than ever before, which is awesome, and something that is so desperately needed in isolation, is that connection. But lots of people also report feeling more isolated, lonely, and dissatisfied with their lives. And I think that's because often people substitute face-to-face real life relationships for online ones, and so you're never going to get that full sense of fun and joy and love and value that you need in friendships as you do online. But also there's this whole comparison thing that starts to snowball in our lives, where when we're constantly looking at the success and the filtered version of another person's life, because let's be honest, a lot of what is posted on social media is edited to create this beautiful filtered version of someone's successful, fun filled life, and that might not be the reality at all. And so it creates false expectation in us for how we should be living our lives, how we should be succeeding. And so we compare, and when we compare, as Theodore Roosevelt tells us, we lose our joy. Comparison is the thief of joy, because it really does start to steal from us satisfaction in what we've achieved and what our everyday looks like, as we compare with what other people's success looks like. And the thing is, in this season of isolation, what is successful for you could be completely different to what's successful for me. What we need could be completely different. You may need to just rest and be recouping and being recharged over this season, or maybe you need to be productive and creative and doing lots of things. What we need is completely different. But what we need to navigate in that is, how do we each be kind to ourselves, be kind to our minds, so that we walk out of isolation better than when we walked into it. And so that's where I think the comparison and the constant looking at someone else's life is a little bit of a negative impact on us. And I'm not saying we need to go offline. I think it's so cool that we can be connected now when we can't be connected in person. I just think it's something that we could use a bit of wisdom around. And so a couple thoughts that I have are to start editing who is on your feed, who it is that you're following, because you're the consumer. You have the power here of who you follow and who you don't follow. And so I would really start to question, is their content helpful or harmful to me? And some of the things that can allude to whether it's harmful is, what are the themes? What are the ideas that they're talking about? And is that something that you've got a struggle with, or is that actually really encouraging you in your journey of whatever it is that you're dealing with? And so if you're someone that struggles with body image and constantly comparing yourself to a person's body that you think you should look like, then if you follow lots of athletes and gym bunnies and all the rest of it, that's not helpful. Or maybe you're a parent and you're really struggling in this isolation period because your kids aren't cooperating, they're not listening very well, or they just want to be in bed playing Xbox or watching Netflix all day, and you're seeing parents who are baking 3 meals a day and their houses are spotless and their kids are all doing homeschooling. those comparisons are not helpful to you. So it's editing what's going to be helpful and what's not going to be helpful. The other thing is boundaries in terms of time. How much time are we spending online? If you're online all day, every day, I would suggest that that's probably not the healthiest way to live throughout our isolation period. And maybe you could put in some time frames of when you are online and when you're not. And those boundaries may feel a little bit like being a kid, but they actually protect you, and they're really helpful in working through how to be present and proactive in your day, rather than how to feel overwhelmed by what other people are achieving. And so time frames, curating who you follow, and turning off your notifications. I think that's such a big one. We don't need to know the minute someone updates us or the minute someone contacts us that they have. And so turn those notifications off, have a break, maybe have tech-free days where you move away from your phone, away from your socials, and actually have room to just think and breathe and take in and enjoy what the day holds for you. So those are just a couple thoughts. I would love to know yours. Write in your comments what works for you, what doesn't work for you. You might have some really good tips that someone else wants to hear, needs to hear. But the disclaimer with these Mind Health Monday videos is that we're not professionals. Our heart as Life Switch is just to see people live free and freedom-filled lives. And so these are just ideas and suggestions that we think might work. But if you're actually really struggling in your mind health, if you're finding yourself in a really hard place, then reach out, talk to a professional, call the helplines, maybe go and talk to someone trusted that you know, that loves you, that cares for you. Or if you still don't know who to talk to, get in contact with us at Life Switch. We've got these Get Help buttons on our website page, and we'll contact you and have a chat about whatever's going on. We really want to push you towards the professionals who can help, who can support you, and we want to just be able to be the church and be your friends throughout whatever you're working through at the moment. So hopefully this is helpful content. Let us know either way, and we're so excited to see kind of your thoughts and how this stuff helps you in life in lockdown. See you later, team. Have a good one.